Women taking part in a beauty pageant in Cliftonville in 1936, wearing hats on their faces so that only their bodies could be judged. Acrobat Margareta Zimmermann walks on a tightrope over the ruins of Heumarkt Square in Cologne, 1946. Mistletoe sellers in Paris, 1928. In 1940, ladies learning to roller skate at New York City Rockefeller Center. (1959) Pea pushing contest. In 1929, Vivian Bales took off on a Harley-Davidson and rerouted what freedom looks like for women. With no sponsors, she traveled 5,000 miles over 78 days to make a statement of independence and courage for women. Romanian Revolution, December 1989. Tourists inside the crown of the Statue of Liberty in the late 80s. Three women keep cool during a heat wave by moving a park bench into the water in Central Park, New York, September 1961. "500 tons of TNT are detonated in Alberta, Canada on July 17, 1964 as part of Operation Snowball to simulate the effects of a nuclear explosion." Gay men pose for a photo while being detained at a police station for being homosexuals. In Mexico, 1935. (1989) Pink Floyd's iconic floating concert in Venice that forced the city council to resign. Vietnamese farmer with the wreckage of a B-52 Stratofortress in the background, ca. 1980. Mermaid show at Weeki Wachee Springs State Park. Mermaid caught in a fishing net during an underwater performance, 1977. Spring Hill, Florida. Iranian revolutionaries in 1979. Guards keep watch from the Tabriz headquarters in case of attack from Khomeini supporters. Barricade constructed by revolutionaries of the Paris Commune, 1871. Christine Winder, 1977. (1930) A woman demonstrates a hair steaming machine at a hairdressing exhibition in London. Two elderly Palestinian women, one standing and the other sitting next to the barbed wire surrounding an Israeli prison, waiting for long hours in front to visit a family member who is detained by Israeli soldiers during the First Intifada, 1987. Torch lighting at the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, used as sports washing to showcase the Nazi regime. Temporary New York City Police Department headquarters at a Burger King, September 11, 2001. Princess Diana, David Bowie, Elton John, and George Michael at Live Aid, Wembley Stadium in 1985. Anti-war protesters congregate on the steps of the United States Capitol on May Day 1971. Romani people with bear in Slovenia 1934. Camp Street in East Peoria is flooded from the Illinois River in March 1985. This is Bambula, a Congolese boy who was taken by Jules Van Dorp and brought to Belgium, 1894. Members of the Bluebell dancing troupe demonstrating the use of hip-slimming machines in a Paris beauty parlor, 1965. Little children smile proudly with their little smallpox vaccine certificates. Cameroon, 1975. Children evacuated from a London hospital during the German bombings, 1940. SS personnel searched the pile of belongings stripped from Jews at the ravine of Babin Yar, Ukraine, 1941. Linda Harrison, mid-1964. A man and his dog at Hanging Rock in Yosemite National Park, May 1924. Emperor Nicholas II of Russia recovering from typhoid fever, 1900. Tsar Nicholas II, giving the kiss of holy peace to a Russian soldier during World War I, 1916. The Tsar, his family, and his regime would not survive the next 2 years. Construction of Burj Al Arab, Dubai, 1998. A couple seated in a garden circa 1900. Two insurgents watch a side entrance to a recently conquered Evo building. Budapest, Hungary, Hungarian Revolution, 1956. The future Pope Leo XIV, 1982. Vought OS-2U Kingfisher with rescued airmen off truck on Verse May 1944. Polar Explorer with a polar bear cub, 1967. Ringling Circus clown Emmett Kelly in a bubble bath, Sarasota, Florida, 1957. British children living in a shantytown, laughing and playing in the 1950s. German tanker at the grave of two of his colleagues. World War II. English communists demonstrate in London, May 1936. Wounded combat dog during action. On the Orody Peninsula, 1944. Emperor Napoleon III and the Empress Eugénie, c. 1865. The Sever II aerosled with the body of a Pobeda automobile. USSR, Kamchatka, 1962. Blanche Monnier, a French woman who was locked in a room by her own family for 25 years, was imprisoned in 1876 by her mother and brother because they disapproved of her intention to marry a low-income lawyer. A Red Army soldier performs a dance for his comrades. Germany, 1945. Holidaymakers enjoying a game of leapfrog on the pier at Llandudno. 16th August, 1935. Nazi parade in New York, 1939. Prussian nobleman's son Alexander Zudona Schlobitten, 7, sits in a chair at his family's estate. German Empire, 1907. Aircraft spotter on the roof of a building in London. St. Paul's Cathedral is in the background. World War II. A Vietnamese mother and her children wade across a river, fleeing a bombing raid on Quy Nhon by United States aircraft, Vietnam, September 7, 1965. Marlon Brando training for Streetcar Named Desire, 1951. The Bionic Woman, come 1970s. November 5, 1930, a woman tests a new hairdryer in a London hair salon. Momus parade during Mardi Gras in New Orleans in 1938. A woman flashes peace signs while vibing at Woodstock, 1969. Women's boxing, 1900s. James Vanderpool, 1890s, a Civil War veteran. Granuloma from unclosed facial wounds, likely caused by poor debridement of the original injury and chronic inflammation and reinfection. Twins in the 1930s. A teenager on a moped jumps over his friends. United States, 1972. A couple enjoys an Italian meal, circa 1870. A Luftwaffe Sergeant Major from the 8th Squadron of the 1st Airborne Transport Squadron plays with a mascot dog while standing in the cockpit of a glider, 1943. National Guardsmen marching through Watts, Los Angeles during the rioting that started August 1965. A young miner boy in Utah or Colorado, United States in the early 1900s. Three Parisian women watching the solar eclipse. Of 8th April 1921, on the Cours du Havre, next to the Gare Saint-Lazare. Do not buy where you will not be hired, 1960s, North Carolina. Two of Barnum and Bailey's most popular performers, circus giant George Anger and Pygmy Click Co., pose for a photo, 1918. The Japanese battleship Ise, sunk near the Kure Naval Base's factory wall, 1945. In 1966, members of the Procrastinators Club of America marched through Philadelphia to protest the War of 1812, more than 150 years late. Photograph taken by waist gunner Fred D. Venables, 8th Air Force, 466th Bomb Group, 785th Bomb Squadron, B-24, piloted by Henry N. Thorson, 1945. Phoebe Cates, 1984. Rita Hayworth, c. 1942. A United States Marine smiling while reading his mail in a foxhole on Iwo Jima, 1945. Protest against the Vietnam War outside the United States Embassy in London, 1969. A liquidator prepares to descend onto the roof of reactor number 3 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant to clear radioactive debris released by the explosion of reactor number 4, April 1986. Brokerage Office, 1910. Southampton Football Club manager Bill Dodgen giving tactical instructions to the team in their dressing room in January 1949. Two soldiers having cigarettes in 1915. President George W. Bush lying in front of the White House with his Scottish Terrier Barney, 2001. Doniel Luna and Salvador Dali at a diner party in Trader Vic's, New York City, 1975. At 6'2", Luna towered over Dali. Baby strollers strapped to the front of the bus in Opawa, New Zealand, 1950s. Couple who just married in New Hampshire, 1958. Beyonce, 1981. (1953) Union Station train crash. London Underground then and now. Joseph Taborski hugs his mother after his exoneration from death row. He spent 4 years on death row before his conviction was overturned. Connecticut, 1955. The fire that devastated Chicago from October 8-10, 1871, remains the most infamous disaster in the city's history. It started in a barn at 137 DeKoven Street, where the O'Leary family lived, and there is no consensus on its cause. Indian nobles with British statesmen. India, 19th century. Eva Gardner, c. 1944. Women's Detachment of the Red Army, 1919, USSR. Christine Jorgensen, the World War II veteran who became America's first transgender celebrity, helped coin the modern use of the word transgender and demanded a public apology from the United States Vice President. Cultural Revolution in China, 1960s. A crowded march on a street in Harbin. Pennsylvania Governor Milton Schaap, front right in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, surveys the damage. He and his wife evacuated earlier from the governor's mansion after Hurricane Agnes flooded the area, 1972. Photo buffs and sightseers were along the flooded Illinois River on March 9, 1985, including Clyde and Donna Robison of Peoria. Trio of Women Frolicking, c. 1905. The 1938 bombing of Barcelona by Axis-supported nationalist forces (1976). Several weeks before the nation's bicentennial celebration, Cubs outfielder Rick Monday snatches the flag away from a father and son before they can light it on fire at Dodger Stadium. New York City Police. Captain Albert Seidman helps a photographer capture a suspect's face. 1962. London Bridge, me 1900. Heavyweight boxing legend George Foreman carrying a cow for training, 1975. Troop leader reads to scouts in a semicircle in the cave, a meeting place with table and bench, 1925, Girl Scout National Historic Preservation Center. (1940) Children in the Warsaw Ghetto. Beer poster in the 80s. Russian strongman Samson, aka Alexander Zass, performs strength feat, 1910s. Two Boys in London, 1902. In December 1986, large-scale student protests broke out in Shanghai. Shanghai Mayor Jiang Zemin went to his alma mater SJTU. Jiang engaged in a 5-hour debate with 3,000 students. American B-25 Mitchell bombers withdraw from an attack on the Japanese airfield at Dagwa in New Guinea in 1944. (1934) Al Capone checks into Alcatraz. Portrait of a Bisharan girl with braided hair, beads and long tunic in Egypt, 1910. Ozzy Osbourne and Angus Young, 1977. Young lady posing for her photo session and having some fun, 1890s, glass negative. Jane Fonda in Walk on the Wild Side, 1962. EU8, 1967. Batman makes a road safety film in London. Bjork and her son Sindri, circa 1991. Ladies' Smoker Night, 1941. Ethel and Ted Kennedy with newborn Rory Kennedy, who was born after her father had died, December 12, 1968. The photographs taken in the kindergarten, in which the children were asked on Father's Day to draw from the memory portraits of their dads, and then compared them to the original Life magazine, United States, 1949. Protest against the Iranian Revolution, 1979. Cigarette seller in New York, 1956. Three children wearing very scary masks for Halloween.